Show.
Hello, I'm Narelle Summers, emotional wellbeing coach and speaker. Good morning. Afternoon. Have we got a technical hitch there?
Sorry, I pressed the wrong button.
Oh, you muted me. So good morning or good afternoon or good evening, whenever you're listening to this programme. Do you want to feel happier? Do you want to feel positive? Do you want to feel relaxed and calm? Then stay tuned, because I'm going to be sharing some tips and techniques on exactly how to do that today. And as always, as you might have guessed, Richard is in the studio with me. How are you, Richard?
Great to be alive.
Great to be alive. I love that phrase. So if you're listening to this on Facebook, then, show us some love. Leave any comments, or you can email Richard at smileradio.co. Yeah, Richard's just mouthed that for me. Thank you very much. Come and say hi. Any questions, I will answer them live here on this programme. If I don't get a chance, then I will definitely answer them later on. Anyway, to kick this off, my first song is Holding On by Liam Kershaw.
I know I've made mistakes, I walked the line and fell from grace.
Narelle Summers is by your side. Blitz your stress, feel good inside on Smile Radio. Narelle Summers Show.
So that was Liam Kershaw. He's on Bandcamp. And if you go over to Facebook or YouTube, is Liam Kershaw's music. And, you know, the reason why I play unsigned bands and artists now is to stay in line with the Smile Radio mission statement. So if you know anybody that is an unsigned band or artist that has a song to do with well-being, positivity, motivation, goals, then please feel free to either, you know, email Richard or drop me a line. It's hello@narellesummers.co.uk. I'm always happy to listen to new music and support new music. Anyway, today we're talking about being happier, more positive, more relaxed and more calm. And I'm going to be sharing some stories, some personal stories about me, and sharing the learning behind it, what I've learned from those stories. So I'm going to take you back to the little Narelle, the small Narelle, the young Narelle. And even as a child, I loved being different, you know. At the time, I had bright red hair that made me stand out from the crowd. My name is Australian, so growing up in the UK in the 70s, where, you know, Sarahs and Claires and Tracy's, and I was Narelle, so my name made me stand out. And I also was very loud. My primary school teacher called me Foghorn because I was loud. So I embraced being different, and I embrace that now as an adult. You know, I've still got my red hair, although it's more auburn now, but I still stand out from the crowd, and I'm still loud. So that in itself makes me different. And Richard's smiling there. What are you smiling at, Richard?
You loud.
So I like to be different. You know, I haven't drunk alcohol for nearly 9.5 years now. And I love telling people that, because it does surprise, you know, a lot of people. And also, I was watching a video recently on people who've given up alcohol for one reason or another. And when you say you don't drink alcohol, you have to explain yourself why you don't drink alcohol. If I said I don't drink water, people would go, oh, all right then. And then that would be the end of the conversation. But I have to explain myself that I started a 30-day detox that's just rolled into 9.5 years. I drink 2 litres of water as well, by the way. I haven't had caffeine for 11 years. I've said this many a time on this programme, and Richard's going to be smiling, because I love Red Bush tea.
I'm saying nothing.
Which is naturally decaffeinated. So I wouldn't go near any decaffeinated tea or coffees, because the chemicals that they use to strip the caffeine away is used on dead bodies, and they're not going to use it on my body. So I love Red Bush tea, and I love like nettle tea and things like that as well. You know, I sleep with my mouth taped up. I shoot my spinal fluid into my pineal gland. Look at Richard's face.
That sounds painful.
You know, I love to be different. And the reason why I'm telling you all these things, that I love to be different, I love to stand out, is because so many people do their best to fit in. They don't like to stand out because they think that people will say things to them. You are unique. You are you, and you are beautiful inside and out. Everyone else is taken. Be you. Because when you try to be somebody else, it's hard work. And, you know, you're draining your energy. Be you. And the thing is, if people don't like the real you, well, you know where they can go, can't they? Out of your life. Remove them. You know, stop comparing yourself with other people. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. Focus on you and focus on being you. Embrace you. Embrace being different. And if people don't like you, then remove them. People who are respecting you, out. Negative people that will say things behind your back or in your face, out. Remove them. Now, I'm not saying anything that I haven't done, because I have removed people. I've removed best friends. I have removed close friends. I've removed partners. That you're out. You disrespect me. You say negative things behind my back. You say negative things to my face. You're out. You're removed. Now, I always thought, I had a fairly, I would probably say 99% fairly positive social media feed. But over the last few weeks, I've sat down and I've really gone through my social media. I have removed nearly 80 people from my Facebook, 30 people from my Instagram, and business coaches who are listening right now might have a kitty fit. I've started removing people from LinkedIn. I only want to be around positive people, people who are going to support me, people who are going to say nice things about me, people who are going to encourage me. You know, I've sent messages, I've sent text messages saying our friendship is over. I have no qualms whatsoever getting rid of people. Now, you need to have a look at your social media. Is it supportive? You know, is it positive? Have a sit down. You know, I've mentioned this to a few of my friends recently, that I've done this process, and they've all gone, I think I need to do that process too. You know, unfriend people, block people, unfriend pages, leave groups, you know. Be around people who are going to support you and encourage you and show up for you. You know, people grab their phones first thing on the morning to look at their social media. If that's not positive, then that is how you're going to start your day. People look at their phones last thing at night. If that's not positive, that's going to have a knock-on effect with your sleep. It's as simple as that. You know, I know people who set their alarm to the news. I know people who go to bed after watching the news. How you set your day up, how you go to bed on the night time, makes an impact on you. You know, people say to me, oh, I don't watch the news, Narelle. No, I'm like you. I have a news app on my phone. It's just as bad. You know, and people say to me, oh, well, how do you get to know about the news, Narelle? People talk about it all the time. Even though I don't read the news, I don't watch it, I still get to know a bit of it because people, you know, people talk about it. Your feed needs to be clean and positive and supportive. So go and have a look. Start doing a spring clean of your social media early. What do you say, Richard?
Amen, sister.
You know, it is so important to do that. You know, and as I said, you need to be around people who are going to support you. And, you know, I'm sat in the studio right now with one person who supports me, one person who encourages me. Richard has a music venue in Huddersfield. He doesn't get in till the early hours of the morning. He, in his rights, could say, Narelle, I'm no longer doing your radio programme. I'm getting in 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. I'm not going to do it for you. And he's got, you're in your rights to do that, but you never do.
No, because it's not what I'm about either. So if I give my word to something, I do it, I follow it through. So if I say I'm going to do it, I'll do it. And on the same token, if I didn't want to do it,
I know.
I wouldn't do it.
I know you won't. I know.
Yeah, but no, and it's good. And the thing is, it's giving people up. The whole premise of Smile Radio is to give people an opportunity to be able to showcase what they're about, be it music, be it well-being, be it whatever it is. And again, it's about being positive. The name Smile. When you say smile, you smile.
Yeah.
And you know, when I first come to, when I was doing this sort of brainstorming to give the station a name. And I just said, what do you want to do? So I just want to make people smile. I just want to, and that's basically it.
Wow.
So Smile Radio, that's where it kind of came from. So, but yeah, it's if you're going to do something, I mean, I don't have to thank my dad for a lot, but he always taught me, always do what you say you're going to do, and don't ever let anybody down because you never know when you might need them, and that's always stuck with me. So.
Yeah, and also, and I know that comes from a genuine place, because when people sometimes say, "Oh yeah, I'll do that for you," but then they regret saying it or they begrudge doing it, and then that really comes across. That's never, sometimes, bless you, Richard, and I'm going to say this, and I mean this, and you're smiling now. This comes from, a good heart. Sometimes your eyes are hardly open on a Saturday morning, but you're sat there producing my show.
Oh, but that's only like after a bingo loco. Absolutely knackered.
But it doesn't matter. You don't sit there and complain and whinge. Oh my, I got up at 2 o'clock. I didn't get to bed till 2 o'clock this morning. That is not you. You go, yeah, I got in at 2. All good, Narelle. Let's get cracked on with the show.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I've never seen you in a grumpy mood or not in a positive mood. Never.
I have my moments like anybody, but
yeah, I guess that. But no, professionally, between me and you, I've never seen that. I've never seen that side.
Thank you.
You always sit there, you're always smiling. Yeah, you may be tired, you've got your coffee to wake you up, and lots of caffeine.
Yes.
Yes. But I've never seen, because when you say you're going to do it, you're going to do it. Mm. And and if you don't want to do it, it's okay to say, I don't want to do that, Narelle, because of X, Y, Z.
No, but there has been times when we've had to reschedule or we've had to...
And that's okay.
But that's for genuine reasons, not because I don't want to do it.
Oh, no, and that's okay. And the thing is, because we've got honesty and we've got trust, if you say, oh, we've got a technical problem or whatever, and that's okay.
I remember that. Oh,
yeah, I know.
God.
Anyway.
I still have cold sweats. That.
But yeah, we learn from those though, don't we? That's it. So, but what I'm saying is that be around people who are genuinely wanting to help you, and you are genuinely wanting to help me and help Smile Radio and help the people. We have a ripple effect. And that's what I think. We've put the pebble in, and then it's helping so many people. Have a better quality of life, and that's what I'm about. That's my why, that's my purpose, to have a better quality of life, and I am so grateful for this platform. I am really genuinely grateful for you give it to. I came along many years ago, a guest on somebody's program. I'd done live TV, I'd never done live radio. And I just approached it was Tom, and I approached Tom and said, look, if you need a speaker for January about weight loss, then I'm happy to do that. So I came along as a guest, and then when I was leaving, you said, Narelle, if you want a wellbeing program, it's yours. Mm. And here we are, maybe 4 years later.
Is that how long it is?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's well before the pandemic, so maybe 5.
Bloody hell.
Because I did recordings in the pandemic, didn't I? Yeah, it's probably 5 or 6 times, 6 years.
Yeah, I didn't. It's mad, isn't it? Like the pandemic.
Oh,
it's just like,
yeah.
It never happened now. But anyway, no, it's just, everything that we're trying to do. It's like we're going to. You touched on the music venue in Huddersfield, Smile Bar and Venue in Huddersfield, and we are a big advocate of new music and supporting people and local businesses as well. So we try and support there's the Three Fiends in Meltham, I think it is.
Yeah.
We're not the biggest We don't buy shed loads from them.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Again, we try and support, and we try and he's just opened. I think it's Four Fiends as well. So check that out. It's a good bar. But yeah, it's about supporting and helping each other.
Yeah.
And everything that we try and do, and the space that we've created is something or somewhere me and Marie would like to go. It's a
Yes,
fun,
yeah.
safe environment.
Yeah.
And people, last night we had a 70s band last night, and there were only 30 odd people that came.
Yeah.
So we did it in a cafe bar. We're very fortunate, but people don't realise how much work it goes into doing that kind of thing. But it's again, she thought we were going to cancel, and she thought she wasn't going to get a fee.
Oh, yeah.
And I just said to her, "No, we've agreed it.
Yeah.
And whatever the fee is, even though we did lose out on that gig, if I'm brutally honest,
Yeah.
we wouldn't do that. Both me and Marie sing from the same sheet in that respect.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's if we can't help each other, we're all doomed. I nearly swore.
Oh, you nearly swore. But also, and I want to say this as well, you help, but there's no strings attached.
No.
People help me and there's no strings attached. I know somebody who does have strings attached, and I'm aware of those strings. You're not a giver. If you've got strings attached, you're not a genuine giver, and you need to be with people who can give to you and don't expect anything back. Now, I know if somebody gives to me and I can't give back straight away, I make a mental note and I think to myself, okay, they've given me something. So next time they, I don't know, ask me or put a post on social media or whatever, I think, yeah, I can help them. So I always make a mental note of people who've helped me if I can't help them straight away.
Yeah, it's like anything. If you do, it shouldn't come with conditions.
No, absolutely not.
I say this to our kids that if do something because you want to and because you can.
Yes.
But it doesn't come with conditions.
Yeah.
Even though the kids are freeloaders and the milky dry, I'm joking, not. But no, we do what we do and support. But you shouldn't. Don't do it if you're expecting something.
Yeah. And I also say, give out, help people, because there's one thing that's listening, and that's the universe. And the universe will pay you back. Anyway, let's get on to the next track. And it's by Kieran Doyle, who was my guest last time. And it's called Everybody Dance, It's Christmas.
Just before Kieran's listening, he just put, Narelle Summers, Richard is very supportive and he takes your advice. He muted you at the start of the show. That wasn't intentional, Kieran, but anyway.
That was a technical hitch. One of these technical hitches.
Honest governor. Anyway, here's Kieran's song. We'll be right back after this.
We were dancing through the night, we held each other tight. I wish it could be Christmas all year round, and we could keep the happiness we'd found. Christmas, everybody dance, it's Christmas, everybody dance, Christmas is here again. Christmas, everybody dance, it's Christmas, everybody dance, Christmas is here again. Christmas is here again. Narelle Summers is by your side. Blitz your stress, feel good inside on Smile Radio. Narelle Summer Show.
So that was Kieran Doyle, and if you want to check out more of his music, Kieran Doyle Music 0080 on Instagram, and Kieran Doyle Music 1300 on YouTube, and also his website is kierandoylemusic.com. Talking about people that help you and support you, Kieran Doyle is also one of my supporters. You're a good egg, Kieran, and as I said, he was my guest last month. Anyway, let's go on to as I was saying, you know, I'm very, very, very grateful for Richard, and you know, and I think sometimes people think that gratitude, I won't practice it. It doesn't mean that much. Gratitude is really powerful and really positive, because when you're feeling grateful, it's impossible for you to feel negative. So, you know, think throughout the day, and whether that's first thing on the morning, last thing at night, or through your day, think of, you know, people that you can feel truly grateful for. Any objects that you could be grateful for. I'm always grateful for my car from getting me from A to B. You know, experiences that you are grateful for. And say what you're grateful for. I am grateful for. And feel it in your heart. And also a great exercise as well is feeling gratitude for things that are going to happen in the future as if they've already happened. You know, I'm grateful for my international speaking gig. I'm grateful for traveling around the world. So, you know, think of things that you want to achieve in your life and start to feel grateful for them as if they've already happened. Get that feeling inside your body. Get them into your nervous system and feel how good it feels. So gratitude, it's a really simple exercise, yet very, very powerful. Now I'm going to tell you a little story again about the young Narelle. So I must have been, I don't know, maybe 4 years old. And my dad came in from work and he emptied his pockets, and there were 1p and there were 2p. Now, as a small child, guess where they went?
You swallowed it.
They went in my mouth. So I had a mouth full of 2p and 1p. And then I decided to jump on their bed. And then all of a sudden, I swallowed a penny. I spit all the rest of the 2p and 1p out on the bed, and I went running to my mum, and I said, I've just swallowed a penny. My mum said, get your coat, we're going to Asda. And I was like, no, but I've
We'll
swallowed...
fish it out in the morning.
And I was like, no, but, you know, I've swallowed a penny. I've swallowed a penny. And all the way round Asda, I kept saying, I've swallowed a penny, I've swallowed a penny, I've swallowed a penny. And when we got to the tills, my mum turned round to me and said, look, I'm going to take you to the hospital, but only to prove that you haven't swallowed a penny. So we went to Clayton Hospital in Wakefield.
God, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah. And I got x-rayed. And there, on top of my windpipe, there was a penny. And if that penny had have flipped into my windpipe, I would have been dead instantly. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, but they couldn't get it out in Clayton Hospital. So I had to go to Pinderfield Hospital. My parents, being my parents, went, oh, OK, we'll just pop her in the car and we'll take her to Pinderfield Hospital. And the doctor went, no, she has to be blue lighted in an ambulance. Now, in the UK, when people say blue lighted, people think of an ambulance going very quickly. I was blue lighted in an ambulance going literally 5 miles an hour. They could not take the risk to get, I mean, back in the days, the roads were smooth, weren't they? They're not like potholes now. But even still, they had to drive 5 miles an hour from one hospital to another, which is probably, I don't know, maybe a mile.
Yeah, it's not that far.
It's not that far.
No.
So when I got to the other hospital, they then put me to sleep and they took the penny out. They actually kept it as well. I wanted it back. They had to keep it for my records. Anyway, the moral of the story here is, at a flip of a coin, your life can change forever. Now, people do wait for trauma. People wait for a diagnosis. People wait for a loss of a loved one to start living their life the way they want to live. Stop doing that. Start living your life right now. Stop waiting for that trauma. Stop waiting, for that diagnosis. Stop waiting for a loss of a loved one to give you that ammunition to take you forward, to get you the life that you want and you deserve. Stop doing it. Life can change like that. A flip of a coin. Whether you do it now or after this programme, take a pen and a piece of paper and write down what you want in your life. Where do you want to go? What do you want to visit? What activities do you want to do? What countries? What holidays do you want? What do you want in your business? What do you want in your career? What do you want in your life right now? And then choose one thing. And today, what one thing can you do to move yourself closer to that thing? I want you to live the best life you can. I want you to live the life that you want and you deserve. So get right in that list, choose one thing, and then think to yourself, what thing can I do? What one thing can I do to move myself closer? And then tomorrow, what is one thing can you do to move yourself even closer? Small steps lead to big changes. Stop waiting. Another thing, what I did when I was younger, I used to go butterfly catching. Did you do that, Richard?
Sorry, yeah, Kieran's just put a message in.
Go on.
He says, when Narelle went to hospital because she swallowed a coin, I phoned the hospital to see how she was. Said there was no change. Get it? No change.
No change.
Oh, sorry. No.
Kieran, that was a proper dad joke.
Sorry, what was the question? What did you ask me? Sorry, it completely threw me.
Oh, did you catch butterflies when you were younger?
No.
No.
Just played in mud and made dens. Me and 3 of my mates bought a Honda Grandad, an Honda 50 we called it, and stripped it down and took it doing jumps and the fields. So yeah, didn't catch butterflies.
I was possibly maybe 9 years old catching butterflies. Were you still doing that at night? Yeah, probably you were.
Well,
yeah. So I used to catch butterflies with my fishing net. And then we had this quite a big sieve, and I used to put all my butterflies in this big sieve, garden sieve, turned upside down. And then at the end of the day, I'd release all these butterflies. And that was a beautiful image, watching all these butterflies. I mean, nowadays, I'm going to sound really old now, there's not many butterflies about.
No.
Is there? When we were growing up, there was loads, weren't there?
I've never. Yeah, when you think about it, yeah, I've never really thought about it that much. But yeah, you don't see
No,
that
you see,
many.
yeah, you see,
Yeah.
I noticed it this summer more than ever, because there's the white butterflies, and I only saw probably a handful, and then there's the coloured butterflies, which are maybe 2 or 3. Anyway, we digress. Butterflies, for me though, represent freedom and represent fun. You know, it takes me back to my childhood, and just watching butterflies now as an adult, being free. So for me, I have a couple of tops that have butterflies on. My key ring in my bag is a butterfly. So for me, it's important to have a butterfly symbol around during the day, because it always represents, as I said, freedom and fun. And sometimes when I'm working with clients, if an object comes up or a colour might come up for them, you know, they might buy a piece of jewellery, or they might have a pebble or a bead that's that colour. Or again, they may have key rings or objects, what they have in their office. It's an anchor, it's a trigger to relate back to happy memories. So for me, butterflies has such a happy memory. So I was 9 years old. I was, not a care in the world, and just having fun with my friends, catching butterflies in the summer holidays, and so much freedom that we had. You know, so it always represents happy memories. So, you know, think of things that you could, you know, whether that's a key ring or something that you could have in your purse or your wallet, or something that a picture of something that will remind you of a happy memory. And then you can sit and you can reminisce on this happy memory. And then you can think of another happy memory. And think of another happy memory. And then another happy memory. Stacking happy memories up in your mind generate happy chemicals. You will feel happy. You will feel positive. Those feelings will come back to you. So, you know, every time I get my key ring out, I think of the butterflies of when I was a young child. Also, that key ring I bought on my holiday visiting a friend. So it has 2 things that it reminds me of. Always have things in your bag or your purse, your wallet, in your house, in your office, that's going to remind you of happy memories. Happy memories create happy feelings, and that will change your day. Also, things that make me happy as well is listening to a kind of music. And I think Richard would be able to relate to this. You know, happy memories and those happy feelings when you listen to certain music.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about music. takes you time in a place, good and bad. You know, there's when you've had heartbreak. When Louise Jeffries broke my heart at 19. Crazy for You by Madonna. Leave it. Sorry. As you were.
Oh, but music is so powerful. You know, because I love listening to 70s music because that reminds me of my dad. My dad had a record player, and he had songs that he used to play. So music was important to him, and he's no longer with us. So when I listen to his music, it brings back the memories that I have about my dad. And then, his record player became my record player as well. We shared it, I can remember listening to, Wham and Shakin' Stevens. And that reminds me of my youth. So music to me brings back happy memories, and it brings back those happy feelings. So, I have a playlist on my phone. I listen to absolute 80s when I don't have clients in my office, and if I have admin days, I shouldn't be saying this on Smile Radio, admin days.
No.
I listen to it on a morning with the comedian. So, yeah, it just takes you back. And also, I use music sometimes, maybe after a client, or I get an email that's shifted my mood or something. I just play some music, and I sing, and I sometimes dance in my office. So, what songs have happy memories to you? And make sure that you play them on a regular basis, because those happy memories will create those feelings. A lot of people in the personal development world use music at their events. So, you could be driving along, and all of a sudden there'll be a song, from a Tony Robbins event, and you're back in the room. It's very cleverly done to bring you back, to trigger those happy memories, to trigger those happy feelings. It's really good.
Yeah. Well, if you like 80s, just to let you know, we've got an 80s afternoon on the 28th of December.
Oh!
So 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. on the 28th of December, 80s disco, and the production is going to be amazing. It's our event, so yeah. If you like your 80s.
And are people coming up in fancy dress?
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah, the whole point is 80s. It's full out. I mean, Sean, who's doing the DJing and who's doing all the production, and well, I won't spoil it. I can't wait. I genuinely can't wait for this event. So there's tickets still available if anybody wants to go to smilebarandvenue.co.uk/events. But yeah, if you like your 80s, you'd love that. And it's an afternoon for us oldies as well. So yeah.
Well, speak for yourself, Richard.
well, I'm knocking on a bit now.
I know, but sometimes you come in at 1 and 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how you do that. I mean, I used to go longer than that when I was younger.
Yeah, I know. Let's keep it clean, Narelle. It's a family show.
Oh my
You
God.
and your red bush and going all night. Jesus. Is that a cue for a song?
Yeah, it is a cue for a song, yeah. So, Mystic Moonlight by Fishing for Compliments.
We'll be right back after this. And don't forget, if you've missed this show or any other show, you can catch it again online. smileradio.co/on-demand. You can listen for free or download it for a couple of quid. Anyway, we're right back after this.
Mystic moonlight, misty sky, it seems you gleam so bright. And I have seen this, and I have seen the most amazing sight. And this gift I give to you, it's so familiar, yeah, it seems so new. Mystic moonlight.
Narelle Summers is by your side. Blitz your stress, feel good inside on Smile Radio. Narelle Summers Show.
So that song was from Fishing for Compliments, and they've got a website, fishingforcompliments.co.uk. They're on Facebook, Instagram, Bandcamp, and YouTube as on YouTube, Fishing for Compliments 902. Brilliant. And yeah, and Kieran Doyle did my jingle as well.
Yeah, he sent another
And
message.
he's being cheeky, is Kieran Doyle.
Yeah, Lionel Richie all night long for Narelle Summers.
Oh, I can't remember the last time I did an all-nighter.
Yeah, well, let's just leave it there.
Anyway, back to me.
Yes. Your favourite subject?
My favourite subject, no. I wanted to share this with people because I think people see me now that I'm positive, I'm confident, I'm slim. I've not always been like that. And also, I don't lead a perfect life, It's called living. I live a life, Things still upset me, things still frustrate me, things still make me, angry. I still have those negative feelings because, as I said, I live a life. However, now, I don't sit with them for very long because I do have my little tool bag, my little tips and my little techniques that I use. I set myself up properly for the day. I'm going to say something now. I set myself up.
I can't wait for this.
No, I don't know how to word it now.
Go
I'm
on.
floundering.
Just say it, Narelle. Get it out there.
I set myself up correctly for bedtime.
Really? Well, there's an image.
And I also do things throughout the day as well to stay focused, to stay positive, to stay happy. I have to work on myself all the time, You don't just do these personal development events. You don't just do these qualifications and think, okay, I've arrived. I'm not going to do anything else now. You have to constantly work on yourself. And it's about putting things in place that work for you and make it into your routine. Make it a habit, because there was these things, and recently I've done a lot of deep work on myself. Because I've done quite a lot of Joe Dispenza's work. I've done a lot of his meditations. And, when feelings come up inside you. So recently, I kept thinking, I feel trapped. And I don't know where that comes from. And when you have these negative feelings, they're from your past that you have memorized. And you have to think to yourself, where has that come from? And for a long time, I couldn't work out where these trapped feelings had come from. And then all of a sudden, I got to the root of the problem. And again, a lot of these feelings that you feel that are negative, a lot of them are from your childhood. And I'd worked out these trapped feelings. So when I was 5 years old, my parents went shopping and left me in the house with my brother and sister. And we decided to play hide and seek. I couldn't find them. And my little brain at 5 years old went, oh, they've locked me in the house and they're outside. I did do a man look, and maybe you can't say that anymore.
You can say what you want.
Yeah, I did a man look. I panicked and thought, they're outside. They have locked the hide and seek. They're outside and they've locked me in. 5-year-old Narelle, and back in the day in the 70s, the glass in the doors was just a sheet of glass. And so I kicked the door in, kicked all the glass in. And when this was happening, then my brother and my sister appeared in the kitchen. So they hadn't locked me in, and I wasn't trapped. I don't know where they were. I think they were just mortified that I'd kicked the front door down, and they had to explain that to my parents because my brother and my sister are a lot older than me. I was a nice surprise, and I could get away with anything because I was the little baby, a little surprise. So they were panicking because they'd left, my mum and dad had left them in charge of me, and I'd kicked the kitchen door down. So what I learned, so what I'd learned from looking at that, and I sat with that memory for a long time. Basically, when you do start to panic about things, to take a step back and be calm and be in the present moment. And it'll be okay. And there's other examples of man looks. My sister-in-law has a massive pantry, and there's many a time I could be stood there thinking I can't see the sunflower seeds, and her hand will come past me and pick the bag of the sunflower seeds, and I'm staring at them because I'm not that I'm panicking over sunflower seeds, but I've gone in and gone, I can't find them. My inner child, if I said I can find this sunflower seeds, then they would appear. But it's about being in the present moment. And also, if you start to panic, it's about breathing. Control your breathing down and start to calm yourself down. And bring yourself into the present moment. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that, you panic straight away. And then you start to become blind. Then your inner chatter starts to go into overdrive. When you start to panic, take a step back. Breathe slowly in through your nose and out through your mouth. Be calm. And be present. And another story that I'm going to share as well. When I was 15, I got knocked down because I was too busy telling the tale. And I landed on my head, actually. I had to have a brain scan at 15. But the thing was, the lesson that I've taken from that is, again, be in the present moment, pay attention, focus, and also, which I don't do anyway, but stop gossiping, stop telling the tale, because that doesn't serve you at all. That is negative. If you're going to start gossiping or telling the tale on somebody, stop yourself in that moment. But being present in a conversation, listen. And don't listen to reply. Don't listen to tell your story. Be present. And now, when I get stuck in traffic, and a lot of people might think, oh, I'm stuck in traffic, and gets frustrated. Practice being present. Look around you. Take in the scenery around you. Take in the people. I always look at other people and what they're doing in their cars. Be present and be focused. And that's all, folks, for this time. So if you want to contact me, you can contact me via Smile Radio or hello@narellesummers.co.uk. I do one-to-one sessions over Zoom to help people who are stressed, who are anxious, who want a better quality of life. I also have a keynote called Be Kind to Your Mind, where I share about 8 or 9 different techniques, depending on the time, I want to help people have a better quality of life. People in the workplace, the stress is on the increase. I want to help you. So get in contact. Create an amazing day, an amazing week. And thank you for listening.
Yeah, so thanks again for everybody, and Kieran, everybody else who's tuned in the messages today. And as I said earlier on, if you want to catch this again, you can go to our website, smileradio.co/on-demand. And if you want to catch any amazing events, go to Smile Bar and Venue in Huddersfield. We've got all sorts coming up over the festive period and also into next year. All I have to say is thank you, Narelle, again, the most positive person that I know. And have a great weekend. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and look after yourself and be kind. See you again soon, and don't forget, give us 3 rings when you get in.
But I'm still here.